Okay, we'll call this regular meeting of the Thomaston Planning and Zoning Commission to order April 1st, 2026 at 7 p.m. Seated for tonight's meeting will be Patrick Hires, Mike Clarizio, Joe Hartz, Brian Davis, and myself, Tom Mueller. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Hoorah.
Okay, the first item is a public hearing, a continuation of a public hearing for text amendment update to regulations with a table of bulk regulations, pages 27 through 29, dealing with primarily setbacks. Does any member of the commission have any comments on the proposed regulations tonight?
No. That's
Yeah, the letter.
Attorney Burns' letter, yes.
Okay, Attorney Byrne was asked to comment on to review and comment on the proposed text amendments. They have a letter from him dated today, April 1st. As requested, I have reviewed the following proposed amendments to the zoning regulations and provide these comments. Section 5.3, Table of Bulk Regulations, Schedule B, reductions of setback requirements for residential zones, side yard, front yard, and rear yard. These reductions in required setbacks follow current trends in zoning, recent state legislation, as well as Thomaston's POCD require or encourage the reduction of setback requirements in order to provide for more housing opportunities. By reducing these requirements, a larger residential building could be built or an existing building enlarged. This would allow for additional dwelling units by allowing a single-family building to be divided into two or more, or allow for additional dwelling units in an existing middle housing. For example, House Bill 151 states that zoning regulations, in order to promote more housing, should have the following setback requirements: 10 feet for front yard setbacks and 5 feet for side yard and rear yard setbacks. In addition, the POCD adopted in 2025 provides on page 97 that, quote, review the zoning regulations for opportunities to adopt incentive zoning strategies. These could include, but are not limited to, reduced setback requirements, end of quote. Section 5.8, setback for fences, walls, and terraces. The proposed amendment would remove restrictions on locating a wall, fence, or hedge within 50 feet of a corner on a corner lot. Instead of this blanket prohibition, this restriction would remain, quote, fences and walls cannot obstruct safe traffic lines on any road, end quote. This is within the commission's authority to adopt. The minimum height requirement for being exempt from setback requirements would be increased from 6 feet to 7 feet, a reasonable accommodation to allow for more privacy, which may be needed due to the proposed reduction in required setbacks. Section 5.9, setbacks for unattached accessory buildings. No zoning permit would be required for accessory buildings and structures less than 100 square feet in size. This is within the commission's authority to adopt and would serve the purpose of reducing the workload of the land use office and allow for resources to be directed elsewhere, such as complying with recent legislation affecting land use. This concludes my review of the proposed amendments. Please let me know if anything further is needed. Signed, Stephen E. Byrne. I would again propose that we continue the public hearing and follow what's going on with the state rather than enacting something now, which we may have to turn around and change in another 2 or 3 months. I'd rather do it once, get it right, and be done with it. The other thing that comes to my mind is I believe somewhere in the regulations, anyone or any property that has an existing zoning violation or violation of any other permit is not eligible for another zoning permit. So if we take that and make that reduction by rights without needing a permit, we've taken that enforcement option away. Now, if the state takes it away from us, then we don't have a lot of choice in it, but I personally don't think we should be giving it up by ourselves.
Whatever the commission desires.
Okay, does anybody else have any comments before we open it to the public?
I think little easement of it is fine, is a good thing. I think we gotta make sure the wording is right, and like Tom was saying, see what the state's gonna do. But I'm in favor currently of it.
Yeah, and again, we have, because we did this text amendment, we have time. We don't have to
Yeah,
do
there's no
anything.
time limit
Yeah.
on
Yeah, so,
it.
and hopefully we get more public input
Yeah,
too.
Was there any
From what I've read, there's
yes,
like 12 separate housing bills right now in front of the various committees in the legislature.
Yep.
So who knows what's going to happen with it?
It's fair.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I make it easier for housing. I mean, people need it.
What was that, Patrick?
I was just saying I'm for making it easier to promote more housing in the town, and people need that help.
with the setbacks?
Now or in the future?
In the future.
Okay.
Like you said, wait until we find out what the state's gonna do.
Okay.
There's no point in us approving something and then the state says you have to change it. Might as well just wait.
Okay. Anything else? Anybody else?
What's the not that you can read the future, read what they're gonna do, but
I think the
Where-
short session ends I think it's through June, I think, so.
I didn't know what
Yeah, I think June 1st.
I think, yeah, they
the
have to,
feeling was on this particular topic. What it was, what they
Yes,
were,
I think-
what they were going to do. Are they gonna take it right out of all the commission's hands and say, this is what your setbacks are gonna be, or are they gonna say, okay, these are the recommended ones and what you want?
yeah, I mean, I'd prefer we get some discretion in terms of,
Yeah.
they say to us, you can't limit more than
Now,
this.
is there any
Well, it got
word in the industry where it might be?
Well, it got through committee, so that's
But
the
what got through committees?
one about
The recommendations or
No,
are they a requirement?
the
Or are
re-
they gonna be a recommendation?
the ones that got through the committee are the ones that say there's no, if you have sewer and public water,
Yeah,
there's no limit to how big the structure could be, or
Yeah.
the setbacks are like 10 feet, or
alright,
yeah, so that kind of thing. So that's the one that's where, again, that could change when it goes
Yeah.
through the process, but we don't know if it's going to change now.
and then for the accessory structures. I just wanna. How do we word it so that that they don't put up a building on the neighbor's property or right on the property line?
Yeah, no, so it should say something like, I didn't put it in, but it should say like it should still,
Yeah.
one, be on your property, two, still,
It maybe have a.
it still should have the
6-inch
setback.
or
Yeah, no, it
something.
should still have like a 5-foot setback, let's say,
Something like
Yeah.
that.
which we can add to if we can edit it to add that.
Lots of times people don't really know where the property lines are.
No. So yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll open it up to any public comments, anybody that called in remotely. If anybody has any comments, if you could use the raised hand.
I think you have to direct people online to raise their hand.
Yeah, which he did.
Yeah.
Good, good. That's good. He read the thing I wrote up.
Nobody?
No one's unmuting or raising their hands, so.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to continue the public hearing for the text amendment, the bulk regulations, pages 27 through 29, till the next meeting.
Make a motion. Schedule to.
For the main
Extend it to the
meeting.
next meeting.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any discussion of the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries unanimous. Next item is the approval of the minutes for the March 4th meeting. I don't recall seeing anything in there that,
They look good to me. I would make a motion to accept the March 4th meetings as presented.
okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes unanimously. Looks like no new business, Tony.
Nope.
Okay. Old business text amendment, we've just dealt with that. Communications pending FOI updates, Nancy Griswold versus Planning and Zoning.
So Tony Dilly speaking, land use administrator. Right now there has been no new updates because no new cases have been completed yet. And I have one hearing on the 21st that we're hoping to get squashed. So
Okay.
that's it.
HB 8002 overview. Everybody's packet has several pages of an overview presented by East Lyme.
So obviously a lot of this relates to East Lyme, but the outline is what is in the bill that
Okay.
pertains to everyone. So
Do you want to hit the highlights or should we just let everyone?
I think everyone should take a look at it. And if they have any questions, bring them up to the next meeting. So don't leave me your packet. Take your packet home tonight.
Okay, if anybody that's on remotely would like a copy of it, just let Tony know and he can provide that.
I do have a question about this. So we're really spectators. I mean, what the state is doing, they're gonna do. So we're just reading it as it happens. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, and this East Lyme case study is really their interpretation of how it would affect them. If it goes through as it's presented.
I honestly haven't read it in detail. I hope it's more of an overview of what's in that bill rather than how they feel it would affect them, although it's probably both in there.
Yeah, it is both.
Because I noticed there was some estimate of time involved.
All right, I just.
So it's gonna be both.
Yeah, so this is the one that passed in November in the special session. So these are in effect and will be in effect as of whatever timelines are in this document.
Already done.
Yes.
Mhm.
So we will have to eventually change this to include some of these as well.
Mr. Chairman, may I?
Yes.
So this, part of this bill has an implementer in it, which is driven through the Council of Governments. So we belong to the Naugatuck Valley Council of Governments. They are currently working on this. So they will be putting together a plan which we can choose to be a part of or go out on our own. So they expect to have that,
I think we have till 2028, so
yeah, no, that's the implementer.
yes,
It's gotta be implemented, but
yes.
we have to choose a path, probably, is it this year or next year?
Let's see. Well, so like this cog said they want to, their timeline is starting in 2026 and between then and 2028.
Right there it says municipal participation, municipality must decide by June 1st of 2028.
No, it says you have to submit your own plan by June 1st of 2028. So,
Okay, oh, don't
so
fight.
I'll get you that date, because I have it in my documentation somewhere. Before that date, we will have the option to go with a regional style plan or to go our own way. We go our own way, and I believe that is, I can't remember the exact date. I thought it was this year. They would have something either this year or,
Well, OPM is working on like some guidance for the items, so we don't really know anything really yet until OPM gives us the guidelines.
but the NBCOG has a working group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. No.
They are working on a plan.
Yeah.
So, I will get you the exact date, but we will have an option. They will present, a plan for the region, the Naugatuck Valley COG region. We can either go along with their plan or draft our own. So we will have not a very big window to make that decision.
And what's the recourse if the town's plan doesn't meet? Or
If it doesn't meet what OPM wants, so
what's the incentive to go with the regional one versus not? So what are the
I
I
would say one incentive is they have more of a technical expertise.
Yeah, I realize that.
One of that, and then
Money.
the money, yeah.
Grants.
And if you do your own,
No, I mean, just going one plan or another.
yeah,
If we don't go with the COG's plan, we're gonna have to draft our own.
Yeah,
I don't know that we have the right resources to do that, right? In essence, they're doing it for us.
but it's the same as the affordable housing. So
Yeah,
we-
yeah.
We hired that out
yes,
Yeah,
as well, but there was, if you didn't do it, there was some
yeah. And those
Other-
got booted from this bill, so
yeah, that's all null and void now.
my interpretation is there is a heck of a lot of wiggle room,
Yeah,
so
you do
we
it or
could
you
look at
don't.
the regional plan
Right.
and say, are we really gonna get anything significantly different if we drafted our own?
So you gotta basically
Yeah.
do it by their standards.
I would recommend we stick with the cog.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at it.
But you know what I mean? No, my only issue is if you don't stick with the cog and you do your own, you still need to get it approved by
By the.
by OPM,
Yeah.
and then they could be like, no, this doesn't work,
Yeah.
and send it back to you, and then more. I'm just saying that's my feeling on it so far.
Now, we have a couple of designated zones. One of them is the downtown development district. I didn't see anything in this that was pertaining to a downtown development. So are we protected? Did we put a fence around our downtown development district?
Well, this is where this bill kind of, so right here, if you see,
Middle housing?
right here, municipal zoning must allow transit community middle housing 2 to 9 units and mixed use residential lots. Use on lots zoned commercial or mixed use via summer review process.
We have that mixed use already down in the downtown.
Yeah, but now like you know how sometimes in the commercial you're not allowed to have housing. Now you have to provide for it kind of thing. According to
Okay.
yeah.
So right now it's second floor
Yes.
or is it second floor or street level? I don't.
First floor commercial, you can still allow that first floor commercial and you can have housing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Still, yeah.
saying, but.
Yes, that
Does
won't get
saying
removed.
We have to have it. Like if a building is a single floor, it has to be a mixed use
if it's in the like so in the general commercial zone, we allow mixed use, so
Yeah.
that kind of. So like here's a good example, the
Covers.
Mona Lisa place, for
Yeah.
example, we're just gonna
Yeah.
use that.
But
Or where
there-
Patty's
there's-
was,
that's
let's
a
say they
multi-
wanted to do housing, they wouldn't have to go through a more stringent process. That kind of
Already
thing.
allowed.
So we could, yeah, exactly. So we could allow first floor
we already-
commercial, but if they wanted to build, let's say 9 housing units, they wouldn't have to go to public hearing or anything, that type of thing. So- And the parking requirements
You
are,
don't want first floor commercial, because that'll kill anything downtown.
Would that change?
Eventually,
traffic
in
restriction?
40 years, they'll all be apartments and whatnot. Just look at
Would
better
they-
Terryville.
Would the height restriction come in place?
it could,
Say Patty's went up to second floor, they wanna put a third
Third.
floor. To put apartments above there, I'm just saying.
That
yeah,
may
well,
not be.
technically in the
Is
commercial.
that height restriction thrown out the window with the state regs?
Well, no, I don't think so because like for example, in general commercial, we have 40
30,
foot.
yeah.
It's 40 feet, so technically we could allow a third floor. So, yeah. And then so also just I haven't discussed this. So Connecticut Municipal Development Authority, they should be coming with a plan for us soon to look at about putting in priority housing development, things like that in the downtown area as well. So yeah. Should be soon. So there's a lot of moving pieces that are going out, but that'll help us with this kind of thing too as well. So
There will be more housing going downtown.
most likely.
Gotcha. That's good.
Other than that, yeah. So that's basically. Like I said, I recommend everyone just read it kind of and come to the next meeting with some ideas or items. So
Well, let's look through it. For that, we'll continue the discussion next month and maybe there'll be some updates from NVCog or whatever.
yeah, and obviously here it says if regulations require special permits or higher standards for this housing, you must revise these sections. So must not, shall, or you have to. So yeah.
Rich, am I still listed as an alternate for NVCog?
Well, I'd have to look. I didn't change. I only made one change, and that is. Since Glenn is retiring, I will be covering any NVCog seats that you have.
Okay, because when Stacy was the CEO and she was on, I think it was the NVCog, I went to Waterbury a couple of times. I was listed as the alternate for her. So I don't know.
Well, I'm right now, so as part of the steering committee, I'm on there right now.
Yep.
But I think what happened was when Stacy left, Ed became the rep, I guess, on the steering committee. And then after I got hired, he appointed me, I think. So I don't know if you're still an alternate or not. You could still be an alternate.
I'll check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been going to those meetings, so so far anyway.
And you update this.
Okay,
Yes.
moving on.
It's on the report.
Reports of officers, staff,
No,
and committees.
Clocktown.
Oh, Clocktown Brewery, sorry. Outdoor expansion discussion.
Yeah, so basically, George LaCapra came into the office and was wondering kind of what we wanted to, or what we would require of this. So I'm allowed to, in the regulations, I'm allowed to do site plan modifications on my own. Or if you guys think that we need to have him come into a meeting, then we can have him do it that way. So it's your discretion, honestly. I don't really think it's going to change much, really. I don't think it's going to change the parking requirements much or anything. I just think it's, he's going to cover and make a second deck. So over the existing area, I don't think he's going outside the existing area. So, and I told him that we decided this meeting if you wanted him to go to do site plan applications for next month or if I could just approve it.
Okay, this would be just. The second floor would be just a floor, which is a roof for the first level and a ceiling for the second level.
Yeah, let me try to flip it so that we can kind of.
A covered patio, more or less.
Yeah, it's all right. So basically,
Multiple layered covered patio.
yeah. So I mean, I guess I can go walk up here, I guess. So I think this is basically would cover what's existing, and then there's a second area here that he wants to add, basically. So there, I'm pretty sure there'd be seating here and then seating up there as well, so.
And the shelter to the right is also new, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just cover what's existing there as well, basically.
Looks pretty cool.
Is this gonna be freestanding or attached to the building?
Looks like it's both.
Looks
It
like
looks
it's
like it's freestanding because of all those,
The supports,
on the
but
front.
but
Yeah,
hard to tell.
I don't know if there's any more details in
there's
the.
no sides on that, right?
No, not from what. No, that's just the stairway going up. But no, I don't. It won't be enclosed either. From what he told me. So, but that's why I said we can make him come to a meeting next month, or like I said, it's to your discretion.
I don't know if that he needs to. I think you could, my
I-
opinion, you could do the site plan approval.
Yeah,
The only thing I would suggest is that the fire marshal uh
And it's,
take a look at it, because once you put a roof over something, especially with the propane heaters, it might need some fire
okay.
protection.
Yeah, and I was supposed to mention it to him today actually, and I didn't. And Paul's been away, so he'll be here tomorrow. So I'll talk to him about it as well.
Is there any, not that I wanna say he's gotta do this, but is there any ADA or stuff for, because it's a. Does it need any special access because of that?
I'll ask him.
You know, that would be the building inspector.
Yeah, I'll ask Paul, and yeah,
All of that.
I'll ask Paul. Yeah.
There's only two units. The spiral staircase and the other exterior one.
I think it'd be a good
May not wanna
expansion.
Have people that've been drinking going down a circular staircase.
That's their prerogative. That's what
You can get down pretty quick.
Yeah.
I just think it would be good. It would expand his business a little bit too.
Just jump
Have
over the
the
railing
kind of
inside.
like rooftop dining. I
I
think
think
it'd be
it'd be
good.
a great revenue booster.
No, for sure.
Just, you know, you don't want somebody falling.
Yeah, that's definitely a liability.
But,
Well, it looks like there's a railing around.
Oh,
it.
Yeah, of course.
and that's all building.
Code, yeah.
official
Yeah.
code.
Yeah, it's new construction, so it'd have to go through all
All of that
the
stuff,
current
yeah.
building code. So
Yeah, because there's gonna be power up running. to
Yeah,
that as well.
I don't believe any of that is connected to the building.
And then it'd be raised off of the original.
And,
building as
yeah,
well.
so.
You can see it, you know,
and I don't. There's not any
No.
like
It'll be
there's no rooftop patios in town. So
No, but you go to West Hartford and
Yeah.
that's
Where they have
there's several.
pylons.
Mhm.
But I don't know what's there.
And they he'll fill that at that outdoor area in the summertime.
But
Okay. Do we want to let Tony just do the site plan approval?
yes,
Okay, somebody want to make a motion to that effect?
make a motion to let Tony do the site plan approval for Clock Tower.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
I,
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes unanimous. Okay, now we get to reports of officers, staff and committees.
all right, yay. Okay, so March was a busy month. We had 8 zoning permits. Well, not 8. Yeah, if you include this, like if you include the special permits we approved, we had 8 total. So there's, one's a shed, pools, small things. So, and then there's a new sign at the barbershop 76 in Tremonti. So nothing too intense. So, and then the pending thing we have is the text amendment. 172 South Main Street still in violation. 174 Elm Street, I actually did a site visit. It's good now, so I can take it off the list. Nothing new with the signs at 310 South Main Street. And just in terms of signs, the POCD says that we should look to change sign regulations and update what we have now. So we can look at that in the future. Our POCD, so the Regional Plan of Conservation Development. Rich was there, my assistant was there, I was there, Lissa Jennings was there, and Bert Galpin were also there. And I was in Lena Martin last week. So, it was a focus group. We did certain activities, and then yeah, that's basically what it is. Next meeting's on April 20. See the calendar. I think it's April 26th. It's always the fourth Tuesday of the month. So, you guys have any questions about it? Or I'll keep doing updates. Two of the meetings were canceled because of the snow the last couple months before that. So the timeline of this completion got to probably extended 3-4 months. So.
Tony, can you explain that meeting again? I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry. So it's Regional Plan of Conservation and Development.
Okay, yeah.
So how we did our
Sure.
plan.
Yeah.
Now this is the first one COG has done as a combined regional planning. It used to be like Central COG and Naugatuck River Valley COG.
Okay,
So this is their first one they've done. So it's basically the same thing as the POCD.
yes.
And the more we put in, the more we get out of it when we go for grants and funding from the actual NBCOG. So, and we've been very active participants so far. So,
If you covered it, I missed it. What about 70 Parrot Drive?
oh, did I miss it? Oh, I didn't put in the. So basically, I drew. That's actually in the next. I'll explain it after I finish these two.
Okay.
I know I skipped it and I didn't go in order. So,
Okay.
yeah, and then POCD implementation. We've been having monthly department head meetings. We've been going over it. So, I just wrote how POCD, we should always try to implement it because that's our guide, how we should do things in town. So we'll have to do some regulation changes eventually to try to implement it. So. And then enforcement, I didn't put 77 Bristol Street and 91. I keep getting an anonymous caller about 77 Bristol and 91 Prospect Street about roosters. So the properties are too small to have roosters. I sent the first letter, but I never received a response. I'm gonna wait a couple more weeks and then I'll probably send the next. I'll accelerate, I guess, and go from there.
What are you thinking for a change in personal use of chickens and roosters?
I think we should. I just feel like we shouldn't really regulate what people do on their properties in terms of chickens. I get it, roosters are annoying, I get that. And certain size restrictions, for me, it's based on how well you can take care of your property. Some people are just bad, owners, that's really that's my main issue. So, but nothing imminent. I just put it out there.
Some people aren't good neighbors.
Yeah. And we can't really,
No,
and I also feel,
With the small lots around the center of town, I'd hate to have somebody with a couple of roosters living next to me.
no,
I mean,
but
I get up at 4:30
No, I
some
get
morning,
that.
but I don't need to have the rooster waking me up.
So isn't there an ordinance in town that they can't have roosters?
Yes,
yeah, in our
Correct.
regulations,
that's why I was asking what he was thinking about changing on it.
we have 2 acres. That's what that's our
Yeah, there's a
limit,
minimum lot size for roosters.
2 acres.
But
There's a- there's
you
a
can have
max-
chickens.
There's a maximum limit of chickens based on,
Size of the
size.
lot, yes.
Okay.
um, it's like 6.
It's 10 chickens under,
under-
1 acre.
Yeah,
so,
chickens, not roosters.
yeah.
And it's not.
So I can have 100 chickens?
I like chickens,
I know most people, a lot of
The eggs
people
are
use them
great.
for eggs. That's the,
That's what I'm saying. The eggs are great.
I get Tom's, like, we have chickens at my house and sometimes they end up, they become roosters, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's why I never buy little ones. I get them when they're about 16, 18 weeks.
So I think, like I said, we can look at it. It's up to the commission to decide what they want to do, but like we can make it so they're not allowed in commercial districts, for example, like you're saying, center of town type thing. So
no, residential, like in my neighborhood, I'll bet you there's not 40 feet between the houses.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We have to look at it if we want to do it.
Right.
So that's it. So moving on, Parrot Drive, there's a bunch. So I guess Stacy had sent out a letter to them 3-4 years ago about this same situation, and they had cleaned it up, but it seems like it's back to what it was then. So I'm going to send out a letter to them, and I've been in contact with Jen from the assessor office to discuss it. So. And just some communications. We went to the conference, me, Tom, and Brian. That was it. And Bill Guerrera. So it was a nice time. We learned some more about HB 8002.
Did the speaker get roasted?
Yes.
A little bit.
A little bit.
But not as bad.
It wasn't as bad as the year
Not as
before.
last year, no.
Sorry, I couldn't go. I wanted to go. But
It's okay.
my wife had other plans.
No, it's okay. And then I'm taking an invasive plants course,
Hopefully,
invasive plants.
basic plan.
Yeah, so I'm learning. So if I pass it, I'll get a certificate and I'll be able to, I guess, be certified. I guess.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, so. And when I complete the course, I can download all the PDFs and all the information that they have there, and I can share it with everyone, so everyone can learn about it too. Or we can go over it one day when I finish it. And then I met with Renee. Well, I talked with her on the phone to discuss 219 Elm Street. She's going to provide me with some information about historic districts, things like that. Hopefully in the next couple weeks. So
How does that come into play for that building? Does it come?
Elm Street, yeah. Well, it's in. So I think one of the things. So Jenna, I met with Jenna as well. Works for Benjamin Parker, and they were discussing how now Shippo and they're looking to do kind of like districts rather than just one building. So that's what I asked her about. So she's going to give me some more details about it. So, and no one bid on the project
Did you bring it up because you think you could get historic preservation on that building?
It's potential.
I see.
Yeah. So, and they also put it for auction. No one bid on it. So,
Which building is it?
The old drawn
metal tube.
Partly tool and dies.
Yeah.
And then I just added these minutes from the more WPCA.
Tony, it's important to note that those minutes are only draft at this point.
Yep.
They have not been reviewed and approved.
Okay. I'll change it to draft minutes on the little spots. I just want to make everyone aware that
next meeting they'll be approved in some form.
Okay, yeah, that's
I don't know
fine.
if anything will change.
Okay, yeah, and I just didn't want to. I'll be honest, didn't want to type it all out, so I just copied and pasted it. So basically, the moratorium ends on April 15, 2026, and they're looking to maybe allow 215 units.
Right.
So, yeah, and then the budget, we're at 68% right now. So with 1 quarter left, I think we're in good shape. That's it. I'm done.
Okay, anybody have anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Discussion?
Oh.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion passes at 7:38.
Did somebody tell me we're 11